Hello and welcome to another Raggy's video, and it's cold in the beer room tonight, hence the coat, hat and even this thing here, whatever you call it, that goes around your face. But anyway, so today we're going to be talking about Three Brothers Brewing Company, and it's a look at them. So I've got this, and it's a pamphlet, a leaflet sort of thing, that showcases what they do. It's a family-run microbrewery brewing award-winning beers in the heart of Teesside, Stockton-on-Tees. And, it shows you the family. Meet the family, it says. And there's the good people behind it. I've met a few of those people, to be fair. When we had a trip up to last year, over to, we stopped in Bridlington. But we went to Stockton-on-Tees, Whitby, Scarborough, Bridlington and Filey while I was in that area. And their core cask and pin beers are Trilogy Blonde, the Bitter X and Northern Pale. There we go. I've tried all three of those as far as I remember. Rotational cask beers are Session IPA, Small Porter, 79 AU and Ruby Revolution. So there we go. And as I say, this is a brewery that first came to our interest over at the Star in Beeston for their Star Festivals. Sadly, they don't have that anymore. The lad who used to run it knew his beer, and yeah, they were free from Three Brothers Brewing on that. There were a couple of porters, a vanilla porter, sticky toffee, I think, and then certainly another beer as well. I think the Bitter X was the other one. So, award-winning lagers. There we go. You've got lager and pilsner there, and then you've got the core keg beers. You've got Northeast IPA. That was one of them. I'm sure it was. Feel the rhythm, feel the rhyme. It's bobsleigh time. And Small Porter. So, oh dear. Yeah, you can tell them of a certain age, can't you? Yeah. They're still not grown up. And they also do, it says it, all beers are available in 50 litres, 30 litre kegs, bagged 30 litre poly kegs can be pre-ordered. Expand the family with Two Sisters Spirits. So they do a raspberry and rhubarb gin, a vanilla golden spiced rum, and a mango and raspberry vodka, and they are lovely people. There's like a tap room at the brewery, which when they do brewery tours, I was shown it. We only went up for a fleeting visit, only went up to get some beers, to be honest. Here's the bottle beers. So there you go, the first three. So, Northern Pale Ale, Session IPA, Citrus Blonde Ale. The second three are Golden Ale, Bitter Ale and Ruby Pale. There we go. And they are a brewery that, let me just have a swigger. Been sat waiting for the wife to do a run all night. Not knowing what time she's coming back or anything. So I'm sat there in the front room and couldn't do a beer review. Sitting there like a little lemon, but because I had to pick her up. And the temperature has nosedived since last week. So, the core canned beers, Small Porter, Feel the Rhythm, Northeast IPA and Lager. There we go. Personally, for me, I think I love this brewery. I think they're a great brewery. They're doing good beers. Great range of different modern, traditional, and craft beers. So cellar support and custom brews. So yeah, with over 10 years of cellar experience, we offer everything from full installs to temporary pop-up bars. We've got the right equipment and expertise to get the job done. Ready to craft a beer that's uniquely yours? We'll help you design the perfect brew then you can brew it with us and add your own custom artwork. We can also offer custom cans and bottles too. Found a Free Brothers favourite we can rebadge for you, plus other great discounts on tied lines. Yeah, and that's amazing. And it shows you at the bottom there some of the stuff they can do. Locally in Nottingham, Partisan Tavern in the Sneinton Market, a great place to get Free Brothers beers. They've actually got one on at the moment. Crown in Beeston took over the mantle from the Star Inn when their beer person went, and they seem to have quite a few from Free Brothers. So I'm thankful for that, because the Crown Inn's our #1 pub in Nottinghamshire. Beer festivals. We have 10 years of experience running and supporting beer festivals, from a small selection of cask up to 60 plus beers, both traditional and craft. We've got you covered. We can provide full setup and equipment hire, as well as sourcing the perfect brews. Get in touch to discuss our packages. I'd like to see, talking about them, there we go. And you've got the photos there as well. I'd like to see Free Brothers, certainly at the Smithfield in Derby. Fantastic pub. They have a good beer festival and a good range of beers there. They are a very good pub for that. Obviously, the Crown Inn is one of many pubs under a certain brand. I don't know what the brand's called, but yeah, that's the leaflet there. And then there's something else as well. So bespoke products and custom brews, brewery tours. So our 5-star brewery tour allows you to see the journey of a beer from grain to glass, and show you what makes Free Brothers different. With our relaxed tap room upstairs, serving a minimum of 5 beers, and an interactive tour of our 11-barrel brew kit. It's a must try for beer lovers. We can also offer private brewery tours and tap room hire for 25 to 45 people. And yeah, all there. And again, it's got the meet the family, brewery pop-up shop and national shipping. And at the moment, they're doing a Christmas box. And I need to chat to the wife, because she wants to get me something for Christmas. So I like to support breweries, and breweries that aren't on my doorstep, because I support them, a lot anyway. So bit of a chat there. And then also, just this last week or so, they've released Northern Light. This is a low carbohydrate pale ale. I've already reviewed it in short. That video is already out there. The longer video, which is coming out, and done some social media stuff. It's a beer that's predominantly aimed at people, not just people with diabetes, but it's good for people who need low carbohydrates. Who need, for whatever reason, diabetes being one reason, but there's other reasons as well, or just you want a beer that's lighter. They've released Northern Light. Russell, their head brewer, has type 2 diabetes. Me myself found out last December I'd got type 2 diabetes. I was in the room and done the blood test. Wife dragged me in, booked me an appointment, go for a blood test. And I'm like, what? Dragged me in. Says, you got type 2 diabetes. And I'm like, well, actually, somebody rang me up and told me, have you got diabetes? I says, no, you have now. That's a funny way of saying something. So I'm doing blood pressure, high blood pressure, diabetes. Never Google it, because you can think you're dying. And, go to the doctors first. Stuff on the internet is an absolute, it can make you feel worse, especially if you're suffering with anxiety or, mental health issues. It can compound them and really, so please, please, please don't Google. You know, go to the people that know what they're on about instead of Google. Yeah, Google's good for a lot of stuff, but not quite for that. But anyway, I went there, and my heart was okay, my liver was okay. I was surprised at that. And yeah, I've been worried about my liver for years, but no, it's fine. Hey? Oh, yeah. I was absolutely gobsmacked when he said, "Yeah, your liver's fine." I'm like, "What?" Anyway, and I'm not joking there. You know, I don't absolutely rattle it down me, but you know, when you hear what you hear about things, and yeah. So, but anyway, this is a very interesting beer, and for me, Raggy's Beer Reviews, I absolutely think this is a very, very interesting beer. It should be, you know, in a lot of pubs as an option for people who are a bit like your low alcohol options. You're gluten free, low carbohydrate. You know, the only other low carbohydrates predominantly are lagers that are 3.4% these days. And they aren't that great anyway. They weren't that great at 4.3, but now at 3.4, they're and yeah. Whereas 4.7, oh, but still low carbohydrate is a good thing, you know, in the grand scheme of things. That's my look at Three Brothers Brewing. They do such a wide range of beers. A honeysuckle beer. Have you ever heard of a honeysuckle beer? I'll ask that question for those who are still listening. A honeysuckle beer. I hope I'm right, and I've not got myself wrong. You know, I get things wrong all the time. You know, predominantly these things happen. But it is what it is. Great range of different stouts, and Christmas is coming up, so all very interesting to see what they bring out. Love to try them on cask. An Irish cream milk stout. Oh God, some of the beers I've reviewed over the years from Three Brothers Brewing. But yeah, that's my look at Three Brothers Brewing. Yeah, very interesting. For those people who live in Stockton-on-Tees, brilliant for you. Obviously living in Nottingham, I'm a little bit further away. But yeah, thank you for watching. See you soon.